The name CYC is very nice name. Nice name for here. CYC. Musical name. And the efforts made by His Grace Bishop Marcus of Shobra Khema and Father Bishoy with him, and all the workers in this channel make good work for the youth who speak in English. This is good channel, and we need it, and also we need other channels to cover all the needs of the youth. And this is considered the first channel in English, the first channel in serving the youth, the first channel from outside Egypt and inside Egypt. And I know that they try to cover all the needs, not in the States only, but also in Australia, in Europe, in Africa, in Ethiopia. This is important. As a Coptic channel, I need encouragement from us and from everyone, and also need support. And financial support is very important to continue the role of this channel. I hope that all the youth or the families outside or inside Egypt support the channel and support its message for everyone to continue and extend it for everyone.
الشخص الروحي يشعر أن حياته ملك للناس. وربنا أعطاه هذه الحياة لخدمة الناس ولإسعاد الناس.
Atheism. We are using scientific facts. We have many proofs. Atheist scientists converted and became believers. Watch us on CYC Coptic Youth Channel.
CYC Christian Youth Channel.
Hello and welcome to Live with His Grace on CYC. Today we have a very special guest with us today, not only for the youth of Sydney, Australia, but for the youth worldwide in the Coptic Orthodox Church, and I dare say beyond that even. Today we have the Bishop for the youth in the Coptic Orthodox Church, His Grace Bishop Moussa.
Welcome.
Welcome, Your Grace.
Welcome, Kimo.
Thank you. So today's show is not just about the youth of Sydney, it's about youth worldwide. We are here to listen to your questions. His Grace is here to answer them and to converse with you and to have this dialogue with you live on air. As a reminder, the phone number is 0416 551 292. And if you're sending in your message from international or from across the world, or if you're calling us from across the world, please insert the country code of +61. So that's +61 416 551 292. Your Grace, let's get started. We don't have very long with Your Grace, as Your Grace schedule is very busy. But first of all, a very warm welcome to Sydney from all the youth, from all the churches. We love you very much, and we very much look forward to you coming every year.
I always say that Upper Egypt is my responsibility, but Sydney is my love. When I came the first time, I was obliged to leave them in order to join the conventions in Upper Egypt. They said to me, wait with us for a few days. I said, Upper Egypt is my responsibility, but Sydney is my love. I love Sydney a lot. The people, the bishop, the priests, the deacons and deaconesses, all the workers in the church working for the Holy Kingdom. I love Sydney very much.
And we love you, Sayyidina.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sayyidina, let's get started. We've received quite a few questions from the youth ever since we've advertised the program. We'll go through them. We've categorized them into different topics. To start off with, and a theme that has been quite common is regarding youth who do not necessarily always attend church or have strayed a little bit away from the church. So one of the comments that we hear from youth are, as long as I live in peace, I'm not sinning, or I'm not sinning that much. I pray to God. I don't offend anyone else. What if I sin? I sin. It's my own sin. I'm not hurting anyone else. It's okay if I don't attend church, as long as my relationship is with God directly. What do you say to that?
I think this is not the correct understanding of I don't sin. I only am the responsible person for my sin. No, sin is contiguous. When I sin, other people sin. When I sin, I may offer, so to speak, bad example, not for a Christian only, but for a human being. Therefore, it's not solemn to say, I am by my own self. No, you are all the time acting and interacting. You all the time. The family, how can I live alone? I have a family. Mm-hmm. In the church, I must go to take the Holy Communion. Is for myself? No, because we are the body of Christ. The body of Christ are a lot of members, and Christ is the head of this body, and the saints are our heavenly members in heaven. Imagine this, very huge, so to speak, institution or body, starting from the Lord being the head, the saints in heaven, and the believers on earth. I am not alone. I am acting and interacting all the time. Therefore, it's not a correct understanding. The best understanding is you are a member in the family, member in the church, member in the society, member even with the huge church having the saints in heaven. They are reacting with you. You are saying, Samiri, Samiri, Samina, Samina, he'll come and help you. We are dealing with living bodies, living creatures. That's why I ask our beloved young people not to concise themselves to their own egos. Egocentrism is choking.
It's a phenomenon in the world.
Choking, and is very dangerous for the person himself and for others. If you are acting and interacting, you are going to correct yourself, you are going to have good experiences, and you are going to practice love, and God is love.
Excellent. So that's for the youth that don't come. The ones that come sometimes or don't come as often, generally some excuses that we hear or some reasons are that the masses are in Arabic or the masses are in Coptic, or they're too long. These kinds of excuses.
I had a liturgy today totally in English, from the first word to the last word. And the hymns, even Agios, they call it holy, holy, holy.
Yeah.
I think it's an excuse that's just to flee, from the eyes of God and also from the heart of God. I'm going to lose a lot. But if I come to the church, and now, while I was praying, I found the Khulagi, the book of liturgy book, having 3, columns:
Yep.
Arabic, English, Coptic.
Coptic, yeah.
No excuse.
So is that okay? Is it okay to have a whole mass in one language or a whole mass in English, for example?
It's according to the attendants who are attending the Mass. For example, today, I found that it's a ratio. I have some young people, 35% or 40%, and old people. I prayed more or less the same, half English and half Arabic, in order not to lose any of them.
Yeah.
And if you are praying Arabic, the English is available as a translation and vice versa.
Yeah.
No excuse.
And so are we then losing our Coptic heritage by doing this?
No, the Coptic heritage doesn't mean to be stubborn and rigid. We say that we have our heritage in 4 areas. The area of Christian faith, stable, doesn't change or develop. The area of Orthodox doctrine doesn't change. The area of service, you utilize different types and means for serving the people. You can change here as you want, but having in mind the faith and the doctrines. The area of social life, go ahead, but never forget Jesus and the church. I think this collection that we have inside the church, each church, I found that His Grace is buying a land by 8 million for the youth. What to do more than that? For sure. And the youth are going to build it because the generations are going to build this place and to utilize it. For sure it's good.
As His Holiness Pope Shenouda had said, a church without youth is a church without a future.
He said, a church without youth is a church without future. One of the young people said to him, and youth without the church are youth without future.
Absolutely.
It's a fact.
Yep. Just while we're on the topic of the liturgy, another reason or excuse that we sometimes hear is that masses sometimes, youth like to sleep in. And sometimes when they wake up and then they're about to come to church, they realize that they're going to miss the gospel. And as a result of missing the gospel, they won't be able to have communion. So then they forget about the whole thing. So can we address that issue of missing the gospel? Is it critical? And if so, how can we encourage youth not to?
Actually, if they are, number one, understanding what's going on in the liturgy, we must explain how the liturgy is, composed of what segments. This is raising incense, this is the offertory, this is that, the epistles, and so on. Therefore, when they understand, this is the first thing to encourage them to come. Number two, if they participate, the word participate means to be part of the liturgy. Participate, part. He will come, she will sing the hymns, he will come to the altar and be a deacon and. But therefore, understanding and participation. Number 3, service. If he is serving in the church, he will be all the time sticking to having the liturgy, and through the liturgy he can serve his, so to speak, his disciples, so to speak, or الكلاس بتاعه, get the class with him, all the young people with him, and then start to give them books. He starts to pray, and now everywhere there is a box telling what page we are. I think there is a lot of means how to get the young people inside the liturgy, making it with the priest, because in our concept, the priest, the people, the deacon, these are the 3 most important people are having the liturgy. We cannot have a liturgy without attendance. يعني أي حد يجي, he is welcomed, وعندك الخلاجي in different languages, no problem at all.
But the point of having to attend the gospel in order to have communion?
Actually, يعني, if I want to have communion, I'll tell you something. But I am serving the youth. يعني. تعال أقول لهم we are going to a picnic. يابو يجوا بدري أوي. مش كده؟
Yeah.
Why يعني liturgy يعني ما يصحى شوية بدري, in order to prepare his heart receiving the Lord inside. It's a major festival and a major function. Why not to pay some, effort in order to have the whole liturgy attended, in order to have the whole blessing of the liturgy. But if I come just in the last few minutes, I want to take communion, Babuna. Sorry, I'm sorry, I had some problems. ما بنقولوش لا. تعرف ليه؟ Because لما يكون واحد sick, he doesn't attend the liturgy. When we go and give him, and we consider this like that.
Yeah.
No, but let him take the blessing and the taste of the liturgy and of the communion. Then he will say, I'll go quickly, and I'll go and attend in the early morning and not to be late.
Okay. Thank you, Sayyidina.
Thank you.
You're live with His Grace Bishop Moussa, General Bishop or Bishop for the Youth Affairs in the Coptic Orthodox Church. We're going now to move on to a different topic, Sayyidina, which is the topic of dating or courting.
Dating.
Yes, we've had some questions that ask, when is a good age to start thinking about a partner or to start dating, as the Western world calls it?
Probably it differs, the culture differs from place to place. For example, in Egypt, we have no dating before engagement. They must have the rings, and then they date freely, but in a holy way. Before that, we are not, we don't encourage dating, because in our Eastern tradition and culture, if this girl was seen with a boy, and after a few months another boy, and then a third boy, and a fourth boy, very difficult for somebody to marry her, saying, who can guarantee if she are going to be loyal to me or not? Therefore, we don't like this type of behavior, because it's against our culture in Egypt. But here, I prefer to have group activities and not couple activities. Yeah. And who can guarantee this couple activities to move towards marriage or to move in a clean way? Yeah. Who can guarantee? Yeah. We are not angels.
You're right.
That's it.
Yeah. And I guess the reputation would go both ways, for the boy or for the girl as well. So the reputation.
It's important to
Yeah.
have a good reputation.
Yeah.
Even if we are in a, so to speak, a liberal society or so, when we come to marriage, everybody is keen to have a clean life and a one-to-one relation, not to be perplexed in many other wrong activities.
And just a reminder to our audience, the phone number, if you'd like to call us, is 0416 551 292. 0416 551 292. And Your Grace, just moving on to a question that we've received from one of the youth. So the question is also regarding to dating. And the question asks, I've heard that many guys are too shy to ask girls out, and it's okay for girls to approach them instead. To what extent do you think this is a good idea? Obviously, in the Western culture, in the Western world, to what extent do you think this is a good idea, or is it encouraged?
Actually, it's good that the two partners are going to come close to each other, praying, studying, thinking, preparing for engagement and then for marriage. The two together. Because if the boy is starting, he may be playing. If the girl is starting, he will feel suspicious towards her. That's why it's better to be holy, so to speak, and clean in our relations. And if somebody is asking to have the other as a partner, why not to give a signal and then start to speak in a very solemn way, and then go to the spiritual fathers in order to take the proper decision in the proper time. Sometimes that time is not suitable, the circumstances are not suitable. There are some family differences, some cultural differences, some even standard of living differences. Therefore, it's good to have things not only by affections and emotions, but by intellect and by spirituality. If you have these together, you are going to move in the right direction all the time.
Would you recommend under the guidance of a confession father as well?
Yes, because he will not say to me, no. He will say to me, what you are thinking. What's your strategy? What's your plan for tomorrow?
Yeah.
I want to marry her, okay. What about the age difference? What about the cultural difference? What about say many other questions. He will be very glad to get you together and make this marriage to be a fact.
Yep. So, Grace, you mentioned that it's important to get to know the other person in a wider group.
Yeah.
And I guess a part of that would be youth meetings, youth conferences, and so on.
Yes.
One of the things that have come up here in Sydney, and I'm not sure if they've come up in other states or other cities or other countries, but one of the, I guess, a reputation that's come about. So we have Coptic Orthodox Youth Association, which is COYA, which is for the youth. They organize conferences, group activities, and so on. One of the reputation that some of the younger youth have, or the impressions that they have of this COYA service, is that it's for finding a wife. So they're discouraged, or their peer pressure pushes them away from attending COYA functions, COYA camps, because they don't want their friends to think that they're looking for a wife.
No, that's not good. I know we started COYA many years ago, Coptic Orthodox Youth Association, and it was just to have the boys and girls together in the Coptic Orthodox Church. If you don't do that, the boys will go to another place and the girls to a third place. You are not going to have Coptic marriages, and you are going to have the Coptic community disintegrated. Therefore, it was something very important spiritually and socially and for the family life. The culture is very close together, and then if you have this marriage, it will be having more scores for success than to have it from some other, this doesn't mean that other denominations or other nationalities are wrong. No. Why? I have a lot of friends from different nationalities, and a lot of marriages mixed like that and very successful. It's a matter of whom, how, and when to take the decision.
Okay, on that topic, I guess, of intermarriages, or being from other faiths, a question that's come across is, if I marry someone from, say, the Catholic Church, why do they have to be rebaptized? Don't we believe in one baptism?
No, we don't rebaptize them.
From the Catholic Church?
No, we don't rebaptize. All what we do is, because this is an apostolic church, we are an apostolic church, there occurred a schism between the two churches.
Yeah.
And to correct this schism, we just anoint by the Holy Myron and the head and so on, in order to get this schism abolished and to have them inside our church. It's a matter of coming to the one body once more after being, having two sections. This is what what we do, and we venerate the traditions and the apostolic origin of the Catholic, of the Greek Orthodox churches, and we have a lot of agreements now how to have marriages between these two partners. We have a lot of work in this area.
So we confirm them, we don't necessarily rebaptize them?
We confirm them. Ella, the only thing is if he is baptized in a wrong way.
Yeah.
And in a wrong way, yani is not by a Catholic priest or a Greek Orthodox priest.
Yeah.
No, it's not baptism. He should be a priest. If he is a priest, but he used another technique in the baptism by throwing water by and by, we say, okay, we can correct this by this type of procedure.
Yeah. Another question that's come through, Your Grace, and we've only got a couple more, time for a couple more of these. The question is, a major reason that youth leave the church is because of the congregation. The youth are either looked down upon and pushed out, or they notice hypocrisies within the congregation. For example, a person that appears to be saintly in the church, attends Mass, wears deacon, and then on Friday night is seen out clubbing.
Number one, we must blame any other person. The Lord said, don't condemn others, otherwise you are going to be condemned. Therefore, it's not good to blame any person, even if he is a great sinner, because every one of us is a great sinner. Now, sins are not counted by numbers, but by, the depth of the sin and how it's spoiling the nature of myself. Therefore, blaming must be blamed. And the Lord said, La tadinu kay la tudanu, don't blame, otherwise you are going to be blamed. And you remember the story in the paradise of monks when somebody blamed the other, and then he had a vision, he is in heavens, and Lord Jesus asking him, what about this guy? We throw him in heaven and in the hell, or where? What do you want me to do? You are judging him instead of me. Yeah. He said, so Sayyidina, God, Jesus Christ, forgive me, I am the great sinner. If I blame myself, I'll never blame others. And if I have the Lord inside my heart, He will give me a very positive thing in this man and this person or this woman. It's a fact of life. If you have the eyes of Jesus, the heart of Jesus, and the mind of Jesus, everything will be different.
You're right. You're right, Sayyidina. Your Grace, we have to wrap it up. We're just going to have one quick question that's come in. The question is, what are your thoughts on piercings and tattoos? Not necessarily just random tattoos, but people who get big tattoos of the saints, for example, on their shoulder, or a big cross on their back.
It's a practice that's related to the culture in certain areas and certain people, and we dislike it because you are spoiling the body by these things. طبعا لما بتحط يعني for the girl to have something well known in the Bible, that the girl had this, but for a boy, why? Why? يعني it makes no meaning at all. يعني I saw a lot of these people. They are very beloved and they are very nice, but this practice is not, even in the Bible it's written that men must not do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are imitating women. It's not good.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thank you.
Your Grace, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. Thank you so very much, and we know your time is precious, and we thank you for being with us today. And we hope that it won't be long till you're back with us here again and discussing more of our audience's questions.
Thank you a lot, and thank Amba Moros, my beloved brother. He is the one that's making the CYC. And all the time he was longing to start this type of media, and he is the one responsible in the Holy Synod about the media. He is expert in media, but he is a very beloved friend. I know him just for 40 years ago, not less than that, 40.
Wow.
Yeah, and we are friends like brothers all the time, all the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Grace. And from all the youth of Sydney, we love you very much, and we can't wait to see you here again.
Thank you, inshallah. Niki.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
And to all our audience, thank you for your questions that you've sent us today. We ask you to please pray for this service, and please, if you have any other questions, please send them in. We also do continue answering these types of questions on our other show, which is Ask on CYC, Ask, Seek, Knock. Which is played on, which actually airs on live on Thursday evening Sydney time. You can also watch this on YouTube, or you can watch any of our old shows. So thank you for being with us, and until next time, good night.
Good night.
CYC, Christian Youth Channel.
The name CYC is very nice name. Nice name for here. CYC, musical name. And the efforts made by His Grace Bishop Marcos of Shobra Khema and Father Bishoy with him, and all the workers in this channel make good work for the youth who speak in English. This is good channel, and we need it, and also we need other channels to cover all the needs of the youth. And this is considered the first channel in English, the first channel in serving the youth, the first channel from outside Egypt and inside Egypt. And I know that they try to cover all the needs, not in the States only, but also in Australia, in Europe, in Africa, in Ethiopia. This is important. As a Coptic channel, I need encouragement from us and from everyone, and also need support And financial support is very important to continue the role of this channel. I hope that all the youth or the families outside or inside Egypt support the channel and support its message for everyone to continue and extend it for everyone.